honeybees. Today I'm going to be doing my full swatch comparison and review of the SemiSweet chocolate bar palette from Too Faced. This was highly requested and much anticipated. Sorry it took me so long to do this, but IMATs happen. I'm still sick. Sorry if I sound a little nasally still. But I finally am feeling a little bit better, and I wanted to get this out there right away for you guys because I also have a ton, and I mean a ton, of NYX reviews of all new products from NYX coming very soon, as well as a Tarte palette review and the Jaclyn Hill palette review. So all of those are coming very soon. This month's going to be full of reviews. So let's just get right into this one. Now I do own both the original chocolate bar palette from Too Faced as well as the SemiSweet. Originally, the Too Faced chocolate bar palette was a little bit bulkier of packaging. I did have that one and I decided to give that away and upgrade to the new slimmer packaging because I just really love how slim this new packaging is. Same appearance on the outside though, has that more like hard plastic. Looks like a chocolate bar. This is the original and now this is the SemiSweet. So they look very similar, just different colorings. Now they're the same size, which I love. So the SemiSweet palette is more warm and a little bit deeper than the original. I'm going to show you a comparison after I just go ahead and show you these beautiful shades here. I really, really love the shade range. I am drawn more to warmer colors. I do really, really enjoy the original chocolate bar palette, but I feel myself reaching for this a lot more now that I have it, just because of the warmer tones, and actually because of one specific color, peanut butter, which a lot of people really, really love. I've seen a lot of reviews here on YouTube, and everyone really loves that color as well. Another thing I really feel was a great upgrade on the SemiSweet is that they put all the names for the shadows on the packaging itself. On the original chocolate bar palette, it's a plastic insert, and that can kind of be annoying. You know, you don't want to have to make sure to have that in the palette. If you lose it, then you don't know the names. That's probably not so important to regular people that are just using it for makeup purposes, but for a YouTuber, it's important to have the names so when we do tutorials and things like that. So that might not be important to everyone, but it's important to me. So I'm just going to put these up to each other so you can see the difference. I really do love both palettes, so I can't really say that I love one more than the other. You can see that's just a little bit lighter, a little bit cooler. And of course, I can't forget to tell you that these are infused with cocoa powder, and they smell so good. Oh my gosh. Both palettes smell so delicious, like chocolate. Literally like opening a chocolate bar. Ugh, love it. Speaking to the quality of these shadows, I really think they're beautiful. They blend very easily and many of them are very pigmented. I feel definitely similar to the quality of the original chocolate bar palette. However, there's been a little backlash about the pigmentation here on YouTube. Some people have very negative reviews on this palette, and I really don't think that's fair because I think it's only about 2 or 3 colors that are just colors that people were expecting more out of and they weren't as pigmented. I did speak to a Too Faced rep that works at my Sephora. Specifically one shade, Pink Sugar, this like light pink color right here. I'll be doing close-up swatches soon. But this one is not very pigmented and it's more of just like a sparkly shade, like a wash of sparkle. I don't know if you remember me talking about the IT Cosmetics matte palette and how it has that shimmer shade. Similar concept, it's just like a wash of shimmer for the lid. It's not supposed to be extremely pigmented. I mean, as makeup artists and as YouTubers, we expect everything to be super pigmented, but sometimes you just want a wash of glitter, you know, to go on top of a different shadow. So I don't mind that shade not being pigmented. The other one that's a little disappointing is the Blueberry Swirl. The really bright, vibrant blue there. It's actually not as vibrant when you swatch it. It's pretty dang sheer and not very pigmented. To be honest, I was definitely, you can see on my hand right there, I'll do a close-up swatch soon. I was pretty disappointed in that as well. And you know, when you see a bright, bold color like that, you're like, ooh, fun, you know? And it kind of doesn't go with everything else, just like bam, right in the middle, you know, a bright pop of blue. So I was definitely expecting more from it. The rep told me that it was supposed to be more sheer so that it would be easier to blend, like in a crease. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that color. I think it's absolutely beautiful when you build it on top of a base. Like with your finger, I built it on top of a base. Or on top of a liner, it's absolutely beautiful as well, like a blue pop of liner. So I have used it and enjoyed it. It's just probably not a standout shade in the palette for me, even though when you look at it, it stands out and pops out at you. So I think for that reason, people were giving this a negative review. I don't care about that shade as much as I care about all the beautiful neutrals. So I still absolutely love this palette and would recommend it. If you like warmer neutrals, you will absolutely adore this palette. There are some that are a little cooler, but most of them are warmer. So now let's go ahead and get into all the swatches. I'm going to do a swatch comparison for you as well. The chocolate bar on one hand and the SemiSweet on the other. So here's a close-up of the SemiSweet palette. Sorry for the light glare a little bit, but you can see the shades a little better. And here is the chocolate bar palette close-up. So the first shade is Licorice. This is a matte black shade. Next is Coconut Cream or Creme. It's a very light shade. You might not be able to see it. It's very close to my skin tone. It's also more of like a highlight shade. It's kind of a yellowy undertone. Then we have Nougat, which has like a peachy pink almost natural tone to it. It's matte as well. Truffled, which is a true brown shade, great for the crease. Hot Fudge, which is a very, very deep, sparkly brown shade, really great for the outer corner. That is the first row of shadows. Next, we go into the second row. This is Cocoa Chili. Has some gold glitters in it. It is a very nice chocolatey brown. Then we have Pink Sugar. This color, this is built up quite a bit. It's not very pigmented. It's very shimmery. It's more as like a sugar coat. That's why it's called Pink Sugar, I would imagine. Just like if you want some glitter on top of a shadow, this is really pretty, or in the inner corner. Next is Puddin', and this is just a really fudgy brown, nice and deep. Another one that I probably would do to deepen up the crease. Next is Blueberry Swirl. It does have some sparkle to it. This is pretty built up. Initially, it is not as pigmented, but really pretty as an accent shade along the lash line. My favorite shade, Peanut Butter. This is such a really beautiful, warm, almost caramely, almost has like a tangerine coloring to it, which I always love that for my crease. I use it a ton in my crease. Next is Frosting. This is a satin shade, has some gold, small glitters in it. Really, really beautiful all over the lid. And into the last row, we have Rum Raisin, which I do have all over my lid today. Sort of taupey of a shade. It's satin. It's really beautiful, very pigmented. Next is Mousse. I like to use this in my crease as a transition or just to blend. Very nice soft matte brown. Next I have Caramel, which is just a beautiful golden satin shade with some glitter. And then Bon Bon, which is a peachy shade, really pretty all over the lid, almost a rose gold hue to it. And Butter Pecan, which is a very soft, glittery satin shade. I use this for my inner corner all the time. I am not going to go over all the shades in the chocolate bar palette, but just wanted to show you them really quickly swatched. This is the first row, the second row, and the third row. All very beautiful shades. I absolutely love the glittery shades, the satin shades. They're so beautiful. And here are the SemiSweet and the chocolate bar palette next to each other. So again, farther away, I'm just going to show you, this is the SemiSweet and this is the chocolate bar palette, just so you can kind of get a good comparison. I understand why people are having like hesitation with this, and that some are saying they don't like it because they don't feel it's as pigmented as the chocolate bar palette. I'm here to tell you that I find them both to be beautiful palettes. I really feel like you base your decision more on color tone. Do you like warmer tones? Do you like more burgundy cooler tones? If you like more burgundy cooler tones, you won't want to reach for this because the chocolate bar palette's going to be your baby. I mean, look at these beautiful tones. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I really do love both chocolate bar palettes. I reach for this a lot more lately just because I like the warmer tones in it, but I really do love both, and I think they both are a great product. And that's my opinion. I know people are gonna, disagree with me, and that's fine, but I really do enjoy this palette and can get over the one or two that are not as pigmented as I would have liked them to be. And in my opinion, no palette is perfect. I don't think I've yet to find a palette that I like every single shade in it, or that I use every single shade. So that's really hard to find. So I feel like it's not fair for me just because there's like, 2 or 3 colors in this that I'm like, not too fond of. I can't hate on the whole palette, if that makes sense. So anyways, I've rambled on and on about this for long enough. I hope this review helped you guys. I hope the swatches were sort of helpful and that you got a good idea of the difference between the two palettes and which one you rather pick up, or if you already have the chocolate bar palette, if you want to pick up the SemiSweet. Please, I would love to hear your opinions or any questions you may have down below. Like I said, I'll have more reviews up this month in the very near future. If you guys have a request for which one you want first, let me know. And hopefully I won't be as nasally next time. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. I do like how this looks on my skin. Look at that highlight today. Woohoo! Highlight's so pretty. Brows are Tarte Brow Mousse.